How's that one feel, fellas? Did you come down off the ceiling yet?
Oh, no, yeah, just about. I thought for the reaction, I'll try and come down from the ceiling, off the roof. I mean, I'm absolutely buzzing.
It'd be a little weird if we were doing this like, you were crawling around on your roof like, like some sort of possessed crazy demon, something out of like The Conjuring or something.
I mean, that's what we've seen today, a team possessed, an absolute.
Boy, I lobbed that one up to you, didn't I? You just smacked that one out of the park. Glenn, how do you feel?
Oh, dude, I tell you, it all came down for me, the turning point, the disallowed goal. After that initial 10 seconds of hurt in your stomach, I was like, okay, it's how you respond. Before I could even formulate that thought fully in my head, they were responding. You know what? I know there's other problems with the team. I know that, if we played Manchester City next weekend, everybody would have, rightful doubts. But I choose to be happy today. I am proud of our performance today.
Ryan is so excited, so over the moon for this win, that he actually fell asleep before the disallowed goal. He has no idea what happened. He didn't watch it all.
Good God.
He literally just woke up because I called him. And he's like, fuck, dude, I fell asleep. What happened? And we actually lost 3-1. And he lost it. He literally lost his shit. I'm totally kidding. Dude, did you seriously, did you fall asleep? You fell asleep, didn't you?
I was dozing in and out in the second half. Honestly, I don't. I mean, yeah, I'm excited that we moved on, but there was no doubt. I knew we were gonna win. Slavia Prague are terrible. It's not we didn't. I don't know. It was, to me, it was we win, survive, and advance. We moved on. I'm not bothered. It just. I knew we were gonna win. I liked a lot of our play. I did. I'll be honest. When Emil Smith Rowe double-negged Slavia Prague for the assist, I did put my sweatpants on top of my head and started dancing around my living room floor.
I have video evidence, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like to actually see it, you can DM me at the Bearded Gooner on Twitter.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was really excited in the first half. It was a nice team performance. Second half, it was just okay, cool. And then I woke up a little bit when Balogun came on. I thought that was kind of a statement. I think we know he signed because there was no reason to bring him on, especially when we just brought on Eddie on. So to me, Arteta brought him on to be like, listen, we're advanced. We fucking put in a good performance. Here's a little bonus, Balogun signing. Here you go, everybody, have fun.
Let me ask one question. And I'm nitpicking Arteta to death with I'm nitpicking him to death with this. If Martinelli's ankle is being a little troublesome after Sunday, was it necessary to bring him on in this game and risk it? Now, hopefully no harm, no foul. It's just a question. When he came, I will say I was scratching my head a bit when I saw him coming on, and I will say I thought that if anybody was going to come on, it would have been Willian to hold the structure. We didn't need to score. He's not coming on as an offensive, as an attacking player per se. You just come on and just sort of just hold it down. Just let's not get carried away. But anybody troubled by that a little bit, or am I making a mountain out of a molehill here?
No, because if he came on, if he came on, and I didn't see the need for it either. But if he came on, I'm sure the medical staff and the player both said yes, I'm fine to play. 30 minutes. Yeah. So I'm not concerned about that at all.
Sauls, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say part of the rehabilitation of a player is to play them. And at that point, we're 4-0 up anyway. We're pretty much through. There's no pressure on Martinelli to go and do what he does, where he's like a bulldog, an unleashed bulldog.
And yet people. He almost did. He almost did.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm glad this is the kind of games where you give him minutes just to try and get him back into the swing of things, because there's no pressure on him. There's nothing that he doesn't need to run for 15 minutes. He can chill out. He can get a feel of a game, get the ball, make things happen like he did. I thought that went in. I was about to go off to the roof at that point. I was like, oh my God.
He was on the ceiling. He was going to go through the ceiling to the roof. And if that goal would have gone in for Martinelli. So I do just want to point one thing out. Lone Star Londoner is actually being very positive in the comments right now.
Oh, Lord.
I know, right? Like what actually is going on right now? I know we won 4-0, kept a clean sheet. My goodness, he's a lot of positive until the let's just say, so Aubameyang apparently being treated for malaria now that he supposedly picked up while on international duty. So that's not good, but he says every day he's feeling a bit stronger and a bit stronger. I would not expect to see Aubameyang for a couple of weeks. Malaria is
I think he's out for the season. I think the recovery, the thing that obviously he's now going to need to retrain himself and get back into fitness, because it takes a lot out of you. It's like COVID; it takes a lot out of you, and I don't think we might not see him for the rest of the season.
I'm going to ask a question because I don't know all the details. Okay, but I'm going to give you some perspective from why I am very annoyed if he's going to be out for the season. I discovered this show called River Monsters with Jeremy Wade, and this old man goes fishing everywhere, and he fishes a lot in Africa, and he never got malaria. Are you telling me that Aubameyang went to play a game, came back home, and he has malaria, but this old man Jeremy Wade goes in swamps and stuff for weeks and doesn't get it?
He gets like the crazy like bacteria and parasites that go up your pee hole from standing in the water and those. Like
that's a real thing. He's not even joking. That's a real thing.
If you've never seen some of the shit that he does, like I've watched that show. River Monsters is tremendous. Like
I got a man crush on Jeremy Wade, man. Let me tell you.
I gotta listen, Glenn. If I sat here and rattled off all the man crushes I'd have, you guys would think I was playing. You'd think I was playing for the other team.
Aubameyang, back to football.
Nope. Wow.
What the F?
Glenn, you got it. Glenn, you got to start that whole thing over because you froze.
Okay.
You totally froze. Right at the very beginning, you totally froze. Oh,
Sauls, you have to explain it to me. I'm ignorant. What the F? How does Aubameyang get malaria and Jeremy Wade doesn't? Owen, get out. Excuse me, guys. Yes, you can take the Ritz bits.
Almost 6.
Yes, it is almost 6. Come on, out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, them Ritz bits.
Hey, everybody's happy.
Okay.
Everybody's happy. It's all good.
I'm so happy I haven't turned off the camera, you notice. Owen.
I'll let Glenn deal with his. Unmute yourself when you're ready, Glenn. So heads down, heads up when the first when Smith Rowe's goal, and man, did you see how far off he was? Like if I'm Mikel Arteta, I'm going to the players, like I'm checking their toenails before every game at this point, because he literally was an untrimmed toenail. Offside.
I know. No, yellow card. Find a different analogy. That's gross.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. That's how close it was.
They had shoes on, so no.
It was, well, you get the point.
Okay.
That's just. I'm sorry, but this desire. This is what, if I'm gonna be angry about anything, it's this, because I saw how far he was offside. Come on, like really, come on. This insane desire to get the call absolutely right has completely taken the sport out of the sport. This is ridiculous. He was offside literally by the toe of his boot, and you called him offside for it. That's in my opinion, that's absolute horse shit. Now, I'm not saying that it has to be blatantly obvious that he has to be
offside. I don't understand why.
I don't. If it takes you more than 30 seconds to see that the call on the field was wrong, you're looking for a reason to overturn it.
But it was offsides, though.
It took them 2 minutes to find that.
But that's not.
Then I'm sorry, I don't like that being offside.
So
then I don't like the rule. Then I don't like the rule. I think that's a shitty fucking rule.
Okay, there you go. Because you can't argue something that's right. Like it was the right call. You can't nothing you can do about it.
I mean, if a stiff breeze comes by the defender's leg and blows his leg hairs in that direction, he's not offside anymore. That's what I mean. Like, come
Stop
on.
Stop it. You're being a drama queen. Stop it.
Yeah. Connor says not clear.
Oh
Obvious.
yeah, Connor, where the fuck's my $25? Yeah.
I thought it was 20. Thought he owed you
25. It was 25.
Beers on Ryan. Beers on Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan, it's completely allowable to be upset about that call. Yes, it was right. VAR is a friggin' pain in the ass. And where you're wrong, BG, is it's not going anywhere. So we got to deal with it.
I know it's not going anywhere.
I hate it. Yeah. It was, you know what I thought about after that while we were waiting to find out if it was disallowed? I don't know what you guys were watching. I was stuck watching Paramount, and they didn't give us any replays during it. So all I could do,
they didn't give anyone.
I didn't see a replay. All I saw was a still image of the two lines from VAR where they're like, "Well, wait a minute. Hey, do me a favor." And if you notice, these lines, it's never straight across the field. It's always at an angle. It's always at an angle. What they show, they never show it straight across.
Conspiracy.
But back to my original point, BG. It's not going anywhere. VAR is here to stay, and it sucks.
And if Europa League doesn't do replays for anyone, for any team.
Oh, that's why. Okay, so what was another part? Just to one more quick thing. All right, they don't do replays in the Premier League while they're deciding what to do. And now I know how those fans feel sitting in the stands. That is wrong. You got to show the replay while they're making that decision because it was frustrating sitting there for 2 minutes, and I was hating on VAR.
Oh, I'm hating on it all the time. But,
I had a feeling he was getting overturned because the way Emil Smith-Rowe looked at the linesman.
He did look back. He did look back to see if he was off. So
yeah, you sure? You sure I'm on side? Yeah. Okay. I'll start right.
Yeah. Lone Star. If I wasn't dramatic, would you watch? I have to be dramatic. Otherwise, somebody's gonna watch.
I get paid to be here, so I wouldn't watch.
You'll get paid to be here by Connor. So
yeah, that's true. Connor's paying my show fee.
So first actual allowed goal. Pepe. Sauls, take me through it.
Magnificent, man. What can you say? Emil Smith-Rowe with a beautiful run. I was just like, what are they doing? At that point, I was getting so frustrated, screaming at the TV. I was like, come on, just shoot. Just shoot. And then, he lays it off to Pepe, and then Pepe as well dwindles with it for a bit. And then, obviously, he does, at the end, get the goal. I was like, finally, someone shot. And when people say, this is why can't we perform like this week in, week out? We do. We just don't take our chances. Today, we finally took our chances. Yep. And this is Arsenal Football Club when they finish. And they actually find out, the circle button on FIFA, that means shoot. Press it. Just press it.
That's what, Arteta in training gives them all wireless remotes. It's like every time you're going to shoot the ball, press the circle button. Because they're running down the field, they got the ball at their foot, and they're like, shit. Look like they're having a seizure or something.
Yeah, that first goal was so satisfying. Usually I jump up out of my chair, but I just wanted the response. I was seeing the response. And when they scored, I didn't jump out of my chair. I turned into like the fucking like that, really quiet. I was so happy.
It was one of those, like when he scored, I stood up. I just gave a little fist pump, and it was like, I looked at the TV and I went, "Fuck you."
So you guys ever? So I don't know, this might be a big pull, but I don't know if you guys ever seen South Park. There's an episode where they go to a Jonas Brothers concert, and they pull a bunch. They pull a bunch of girls backstage, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna suck Jonas Brothers' dick." Da 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 da. And then the Jonas Brothers walk into the room. All the girls' mouths just open up. My mouth.
We're so getting kicked off the air for this.
I was the girl whose mouth opened up when I saw ESR do what he did. I love him, and Connor couldn't be any more right. I don't really care who plays striker as long as ESR is there. That's all that matters. He's just so intelligent with the ball. He made such intelligent runs. He opened space for Pepe. He opened space for Saka. Like we said. And I also thought I got to give a big shout to Arteta with his formation. We doubted Xhaka playing left back. So what are we going to do to counter bombing forward?
You guys doubted.
Listen. Yeah. I was worried, but you know what Arteta said? He goes, "Yeah, that's fine. Ba can do all he wants, but if he bombs forward, Pepe's going to be wide open on the left side, and that's exactly what happened. He put Pepe on the left. Pepe was wide open, and Bob was like, "Oh damn, I can't go forward anymore because Pepe is gonna light us up." And then Bob was not an issue after that, so that was really good. But yeah, I mean ESR is just I cannot wait to get his kit next season. Whatever kit I like the most out of the 3 that we're gonna get next year. But it's just the kit is just phenomenal.
Do you don't really think before that mouth of yours opens, do you?
I don't think he realizes while he was doing his great explanation, everybody was still thinking about South Park.
Yep. Yep. You were the girl whose mouth opened. you know that's coming back on you, right?
Timing, Ryan. Timing.
Dude, I was a lot more explicit in my chat with Connor and our friend John. I was very more detailed and explicit on what I would do to him. So I'm not even going to bring that up.
And here we go.
And honestly, I would probably be sent off. I would have got a red card if I reviewed our text messages. So yeah, I'm excited. ESR.
I'm with you on that one, Ryan. Yeah, like the personal chats that I've had with me. Oh my god.
Can I just ask real quick from 10 minutes ago? Is it confirmed that Aubameyang has malaria?
Yes.
I mean, as confirmed as it's going to be. I mean,
there's him like in a hospital gurney on the bed, like, "Hey guys, I have malaria."
Yeah, like he's laying on, like there's a picture of him in a hospital gown. So
okay, that's all I want to know.
Gurney gown. Yeah.
Please go on, BG. I usually don't miss news like that. Go ahead.
So second goal penalty. First of all, is it a penalty? Because I saw some people on Twitter like, that's kind of soft. I think it's a penalty. Anybody think it was soft? I thought it was a penalty.
I gotta see it. I was dancing. I told you I was dancing around with my underwear on top of my head, just dancing around doing this. I didn't even realize we got a penalty, and then I saw it. I was like, "Oh, we're gonna score again! This is awesome."
Yeah,
you know the problem with it is whether you think it's soft or not.
Watch right now.
It's when he blew the whistle. Pepe could have should have or could have scored, and they could not have gone back on that decision because then they would have to explain why they didn't let the game carry on, because Pepe. All it took was a shot, and he was more than capable of scoring from that position.
That's a good, because when you saw the replay of that, which is interesting, they won't show the replays of VAR decisions, but they showed the replay of that straight away. You could see Pepe like put his arms up in the air, like why are you stopping play? And then you see the referee give the penalty. But yeah, that's a real good point, Sauls. If they go back on that's you've just taken away now 2 goal scoring opportunities from Arsenal. Really.
So that's why I don't really think it is too much of a problem, because they took away Pepe's goal scoring opportunity, which he didn't get his shot away. So it's not like they could have given the goal. If he had taken a shot and then called it back or something like that, that's a different story altogether. But they called it before he took the shot, so they had to stick with it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a penalty.
I think it's I think it's a penalty. I think it's and whoever it was that committed the foul, they got a yellow card for it as well. So
kind of soft, but I mean it's a foul.
Yeah.
Honestly, and if we want to complain about VAR, which you like to do so much, Tanner, you could really I think you could make an argument over the penalty on Lacazette. I think, what was that? First half, second half? I thought that was a penalty, but they didn't give it to Lacazette. I think that was.
Oh yeah. But yeah. I know.
I mean, I think the ball was already gone, but he got taken out. He was definitely a penalty.
Taken.
Yeah, who gives a shit? I'm not Liam Neeson. I don't care. But yeah,
well done.
I don't know. I thought that was a penalty. So I didn't. Listen, I'm not here to. We won 4-0. I'm not going to hear, and I'm not going to fucking podcast about how VAR sucks. I'm going to podcast about how I danced around naked because ESR is the GOAT, and he's going to take us to the promised land. Saka played great. Pepe played great. You know, it was a great performance, and I hope that we could kind of find this balance in the Premier League. I mean, obviously, we're not really playing for anything in the Premier League. But I mean, just to find the balance of okay, whatever. But having Xhaka on the left, I think he has its limitations. He has its deficiencies. But if we could balance it with a Pepe or even a Saka, I think that could be a very deadly combination for us. And whereas maybe Ceballos didn't have the game he had against Sheffield, it's good to have free-flowing football. Yeah, we played the counter pretty much the entire game because, shockingly enough, they came at us. They didn't really do what they normally did as far as overloading sides, but whatever. They came at us, and we were like, that's cool. They left holes open, and we exploited it. Simple as.
We all agreed it was the biggest game of the year. We had adversity with the disallowed goal, and we responded. If Manchester City went into Slavia Prague, after 23 minutes, you'd expect them to be up 3-0. We were up 3-0. We did the job. We responded. Yes, you can nitpick, but I am immensely proud, and I haven't said that all season long, I think, immensely proud of our effort today. And I choose to be happy for a couple of days, and anybody who was not impressed by the way we responded today, I'll argue with you in a couple of days. Oh, another thing. I understand that if we were playing Manchester City next Sunday, it would be like that old Soul to Soul song, back to life, back to reality. I understand, it'd be like, oh crap, we're going to get killed. But you know what? I'm going to be happy for 2 days. Then I'm going to think about Fulham. That's our next game, right? Fulham?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Ryan will, I know he'll absolutely have something to say about this, but now Fulham become the most important game of the season.
Oh my God.
Dude, I would never want you to be my coach. I'd never want you coaching my kids. I would never want you coaching me. You don't pick and choose which games are the most important games 5 months down the road.
I get what your sentiment is, but I'm not. If I'm the coach, if I'm Arteta, I'm not telling these players, all right, Fulham next is the most. I'm literally, if I'm a player in that dressing room and I have Arteta telling me Fulham is the most important game of the season to me, I'm gonna laugh in his face. And I'm not going to take him serious.
And that's exactly why you wouldn't. No,
Ryan,
you just don't articulate that it's the most important game. You say, hey, next is Fulham. This is what we have to pay attention. This is
because then what you get is a letdown, and it's exactly what you got against Olympiacos in the home leg of that match. It's a letdown, and that's exactly what the problem with this club has been all season
because
long.
Arteta doesn't say it's
they
the most
take
important
their
game of the
foot
season.
off the gas. There's no consistency.
I did not say that. Nobody said that. The only thing I said was, you just don't say this is the most important game of the season. You obviously play like it's the most important game of the season. I'm not saying
you just don't say it. You just don't
say it. You just go, okay, we have Fulham. This is what we want to do. You just go through the motions. You don't have to be that.
Do you tell them that today was the most important game?
That's the thing. It depends on how you take it. It's not about saying it, but you have to think it as an elite club. You have to think every game you go into. It doesn't matter whether it's a Sheffield United, whether it's Fulham, whether it's today. Every game that you play is the most important because it's your current game, and you have to think that way.
And I don't want to.
Go ahead, Glenn.
Does anybody disagree with this statement? I want our best 11 in against Fulham.
Yeah, no, not at all.
When is our
2 weeks.
first leg again?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I
think it's not. I'll put it this way. I know it's not next Thursday. I know that.
I think there's going to be a few rotations just because it is Fulham. I reckon you'll see like Martinelli coming back in, but it's going to be a strong rotation, I think. And I think that's the key. It's going to be like a Martinelli coming in. Maybe you'll see Willian just because of ESR not being maybe fully fit, and I think that's what's going to happen. But it's still going to be. It's like City when they rotate, they still put a really strong team out.
Yeah,
it's a rotated strong team.
My view on it is I don't think we can significantly move up the table, but there is still a chance. That's why I want us going all out for every game until we are eliminated from that.
No, yeah, I agree. I don't think I'm with Souls here. I think I don't need to see our best 11, but I need to see a very, very strong 11. I think, with our injuries and what we want to do going forward, Mikel might have to experiment a little bit and see what works because we have no left back right now. You could say Cedric, but I don't think he wants to do that. You have Saka, you have Xhaka, players who do not normally – even Cedric doesn't normally play left back. So there's going to be some moving stuff around, moving pieces around, moving Saka and Pepe around, which side of the field they want to play on, which side he thinks is more comfortable. Do you want to play ESR as a 10 or do you want to play him on the left? Especially when Odegaard comes back, what are you going to do? Because nice. Because that's the thing too. When Odegaard comes back, what are you going to do? You're going to probably still want to play ESR. You have to keep Odegaard in the middle. And then does Pepe? So I think it's you have to play a strong 11, but you can't play the best because I think there's still some tweaking that we have to do because of the injuries that we have.
Yeah, well, we also have questions we have to answer now. Besides, who is behind Lacazette as the first striker? How far along has Martinelli come with his training to be a striker? This, some more questions to be answered for sure.
I think Martinelli stays wide till the end of the year. I don't think he comes
Well, what are you guys comfortable? What is it, Nketiah? Is he now behind Laka in the pecking order?
I just think they're giving him an opportunity in games that don't matter. Like today, we brought him on when it was 4-0, just to see if he can get his value up again. Just like if he gets a couple of goals, let's say till the end of the season when it doesn't really matter, clubs are going to look at him and go, you know what? Yeah, we'll pay 15-20 million for him. So I think that's all it is. It's just a strategy to try and raise his value.
Okay. I think Eddie is going to be our backup until they announce Balogun. I think when they announce Balogun, I think maybe we'll see him a little more. Maybe not. I mean, it all depends on the whole Aubameyang situation. It depends on the Lacazette situation. It depends on a lot of stuff. But I think if it's Eddie, Laka, Balogun, I think Balogun will jump Eddie when they announce his signing.
Normally I'd be worried about how young they are, but after seeing that kid yesterday, 17 years old, I can't think of his name. Shame on me.
Jude Bellingham from Dortmund, yeah.
So age doesn't concern me as much after watching that kid.
Nah.
And then Foden stepped up as well, so it's like age at all.
What did I say?
No, nothing. Just age should always matter for some.
I see.
Ryan, no.
You started talking, and I'm like, oh, no, age kind of matters. I don't want. Listen,
stop encouraging him.
Ryan, man, your head's all over the place, isn't it?
My God, don't encourage him.
My thoughts
BG,
about
would you get us out of this?
Yeah, my thoughts are everywhere.
BG, get us out.
Sauls, who's your man of the match today?
Oh, this is hard. I'm going to go with Smith Rowe. I just think he was just too instrumental to everything we did. But I want to give a honourable mention just because I think a lot of people hate on this guy, and that's Xhaka, because I thought for a player out of position, he played incredible. Even his defensive work today, it got to the point where players were bouncing off him. That's how much they wanted to get the ball off him. They were trying to jump on him. Just to try and push him off. No, incredible. But I think ESR for me today, just the impact he had, just the way he played was just too good not to give it to him.
Yeah, I was the same way as you. I was like, wow, it's one of those two. And I gave it to Xhaka because he was playing out of position, and that just edged him out for me. I'm just like very proud of the man. I have a lot of problems with him, but I believe credit where credit's due, and he was man of the match for me.
Wow. Wait, who'd you say, Glenn? I didn't hear you.
I said Xhaka. You
guys,
you may now go on a.
Tell us how bad Granit Xhaka is, Ryan.
No, I didn't think he played bad. To say he's man of the match, I think is a little fucking out of control. But I thought he was all right. He did his job. I guess because he didn't play he wasn't playing his natural position. So man of the match, I don't know. He was all right. I thought he fell down a few times a little too easy, but he played well. I'll give him credit. But man of the match had to be ESR. I can make an argument for Pepe too, but I think definitely for me it's them two, and maybe throw Locke in there. They're my top three probably. They would get my positives.
I mean, it's interesting that nobody said Lacazette because I only say that 2 goals. And then nobody mentioned Lacazette as man of the match.
The only reason I didn't say Lacazette is because last game he got 2 and I gave it to him. And I think this time we expected that to be the same case of him scoring goals. But it's just I'm just trying to say who made more of an impact in this game.
Oh, that's
BG. You like to do your hockey references. If it was the 3 stars of the game, Lacazette would have got the 3rd star for me.
Yeah.
Fair. All right.
Yeah, all right. And I think too, like at least with me watching Lacazette play, to be fair, he didn't have to, but he didn't really do a lot of work in the middle of the field like he normally does. He didn't really do a lot of hard labor winning the ball. He was just scoring goals.
Do you know why?
We didn't need it. Like I said, we didn't need him to. We didn't need him to do
you know why? Because Ceballos did that today. I've got to say, Ceballos' work rate today was phenomenal. Again, now I know I'm not saying sign him, But I'm just saying, like, this is where I think he's going to come clutch, because that's what he does. At the end of the season, we always see Dani Ceballos, like, holding, and players like that really come into their own. And Ceballos, again, second game in a row. Maybe Xhaka being a left back really helps Dani Ceballos for some reason.
I think it's that, and well, I mean, ESR unlocking his movement. You have a lot of runners, and Ceballos isn't really a runner, so Ceballos will just be like, okay, cool, you guys will run, they'll chase you. I'll take the space that you guys leave behind.
Yeah,
I don't mind that, and he could do it, and he's good on the ball. He's very technical, and he has a pretty good range of passing. So, and he reads the field really well, which is good for his like flicks. And he made a nice dummy in the beginning of the game today. So, yeah.
Ryan, you are the king of what we used to call on radio compliment sandwiches, where you give a compliment, a criticism, and a compliment. Like my boss would say to me, "Hey, you were really on time with the ads today, but Glenn, you can't play farts after you play Billy Joel song." I really like how you guys hit all your marks today. You do that all the time.
Yeah,
with that.
It's not because of work.
You really do that.
No, it's funny too, because for work I have to do it all the time. So I'm used to the compliment sandwiches, and I like it. So
let me changing direction here. This is an awful segue, Glenn. But I want to give a few quotes from Arteta. This one on Aubameyang. We just spoke with him. He's home. He had 2 days in hospital to get the right treatment, but he's feeling good now. He will need a few days to recover, but he wants to be back as soon as possible. When he wasn't involved against Sheffield for 2 days before, he wasn't feeling good, but no one could expect it was that, meaning malaria.
Can I just say I don't trust Arsenal with their press releases about health, and as soon as we're done with this show, I'm going to look up malaria on Google and find out the real how long it takes. I don't believe them.
Yeah, we'll see. I have no idea. I'll keep bringing Arteta quotes as I get them here. Same old Arsenal. Thanks for being out there. Pretty sure it's Craig. I think maybe not. Don't know. Can we afford to let Lacazette leave at this point? So I have said this for a while now, and hindsight being 2020, I said it about Aubameyang. Don't think we should have given him the extension again in hindsight, and we should have just let him run the contract out. Because sometimes that it's not always a bad option to let a contract run down. I get you don't want to let a player walk away for free. I understand that. But sometimes selling a player for the sake of not wanting to let him walk away for free isn't good business, and you're not replacing what you sold. With Lacazette, I'll tell you right now, I think you get more money for Aubameyang. You got to sell one of them. I think you get more money for Aubameyang. If you can move him on, you do it. And I would not give Lacazette any more than a 1-year contract extension. In fact, Tom from the Gooner Talk, actually had a tweet up about this the other day. He thinks that Lacazette should get a 1-year contract extension. I am not necessarily in that boat yet, but I'm in the boat of don't sell him, keep him for next year. If that means his contract runs down and he walks in 2 years at the end of next season, if he walks for free, I'm okay with that.
Every contract extension is a gamble.
Sure.
We never knew Aubameyang's decline would be this bad. Now, obviously, all sort of year long, we're hearing he's had family problems. Now he's ill. We don't really know what the situation with him is. With Lacazette, the reason why I think a lot of people want to give him the contract is because even if he's not scoring, he's doing a lot for the team. He's working hard. He's imposing himself in a lot of games, and that's what I like about certain players. When things aren't going your way, you're still trying. And that's Lacazette for me. His head never seems to drop. He was still, like, even after he missed that absolute shocker in the first leg, he still tried and tried and tried again. And come Sheffield, he takes his opportunities. Come this game, he absolutely takes his opportunities. So maybe a year, maybe 2 years at most, and then we look to move him on. I think it is one where I think with Balogun coming on the rise, he's a young, hungry, good hold-up player. And I think that's what Arteta's planning to do, is move Lacazette on and bring Balogun in as that sort of player.
Okay, real quick. All right. Because the game was done and dusted at halftime, I engaged a little bit in something that is now legal in New York. And my internet disconnected, and I heard you guys arguing about Aubameyang. Are you guys saying that you don't want him here anymore, or we should not have re-signed him?
And I said that in hindsight, I regret the contract extension to Aubameyang. In hindsight, yes. Wow. I'll fully tell you right now that when he signed it, I was excited. I was all for it. Let's go. That's it. All right, that's the one. That's the positive feather in the cap for us. Now we move forward. We've got our goal scorer. In hindsight, I'd have let him run his contract down.
All right.
I said I'll fully admit, flip-flopper, yep, 100%. Seeing what I've seen from Aubameyang this year, seeing what I'm seeing from Arteta in terms of style of play, Aubameyang just doesn't fit this team. He just does not fit. I don't care if he's on the left wing. I don't care if he's through the middle. I don't care if he's on the right wing. I'm going to tell you right now, and I know I'm going to get raked over the coals for this. Aubameyang is getting to the point to me where the only way he should get a shirt is if he goes and buys one. And that's not a knock. It's not a knock per se on Aubameyang as much as it is he just doesn't fit this style of play. And it's painfully obvious.
Okay. I can tell from your passion there is no way I'm going to change your mind. Plus, you look really intense with those new glasses.
You like those?
Yes, I absolutely do. I'm just going to say, from my perspective, I think you're insane. That's it. Okay. Let the others argue. I am so on the opposite side of you on that. That's all I'm going to say. And that's not to say you're wrong. I'm just saying we disagree, and there's no way we're going to change each other's minds.
I'm not in the boat of saying I would sell Aubameyang for peanuts. I wouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. I'm simply saying that if a reasonable offer comes in, and I would say reasonable $30 million, understand we're not going to recoup what we paid for him, probably by at least half. But if a decent offer comes in for him and you're going to get more for him than you will for Lacazette, I sell Aubameyang. When I look at the attacking style of football that Arteta wants to play, Aubameyang doesn't fit it. He for me doesn't Tony square peg round hole. And this has been the problem now, and it's not Aubameyang's fault per se. He's the player that he is, and he's been this player his entire career. And as we talk about on same old Arsenal USA, Arteta has to stop trying to shoehorn him into this lineup. It just doesn't work. It's like I'll be sad to see him go, because he did so much for us. But everybody says, "Oh, well, look what he did. He carried us for 2 years. Yeah, he carried us for 2 years." But you know what? The results of 2 years ago don't mean we're going to that those results from 2 years ago are going to carry on to next week and the week after and the month after that. What have you done for me lately, business?
I tried to end our debate, and then you just kept going.
I did. I'm sorry.
I'm going to keep it going too, Ben.
Satisfied? Are you not satisfied? This is my last question, Ryan and Souls, and I'll shut up. Are you not satisfied with one position we have depth at, PG? I don't understand you.
It's not good depth though.
For me. I agree with Ryan. It's the depth that he just, like I said, if Arteta, if you were going to keep Aubameyang and you were going to completely change the tactics of the team to fit him, then okay, I get keeping him. I understand. But if
the problem is that at the beginning of the season, a lot of our problems was that system in 3-4-3, sorry, and that was a system Aubameyang thrived under, especially under Arteta anyway, in the sense of we won the FA Cup, we started to play really well, we started to gain a bit of form back. The problem is if we revert back to that, we're gonna start seeing the same problems we've seen at the start of the season: lack of creativity, a lack of threat, and that's the problem. We can't change the system to suit him. That he needs to either adapt his game to suit the system, or he simply needs to be moved on. I'm Aubameyang's biggest fan. I love Aubameyang. I wish it works out for him.
Rowan would probably disagree with you on that one.
Fair enough. I'm just saying, I absolutely do want it to work for him. But it's one of them where reality has to hit you at some point, and you have to admit defeat. And the problem is, without Aubameyang, we look a lot better. Not just, we look better. No, we look like a different team. We look so much better. And there was a good point said somewhere on Twitter there's certain players in a team where when you give them the ball, the attack stops, and that's Aubameyang this season. Every time the ball comes to him, it seems like our attacking fluidity kind of just stops, and it stops at him, and that's the issue.
I'd hate for you guys to be my boss, man. All right, just remember if he comes back into form. I'll even grant you that. I'll say if instead of when. I'll say if he comes back in form.
I don't know. I do wish that. I really want.
Oh, Glenn, I'll tell you right now. I hope I'm wrong. I'll fully admit right now. I hope I'm wrong. I'm just, and like I said, it's not that I'm advocating. I won't slate Aubameyang for the sake of making something else seem taller. I'm not going to cut him off the knees by any shot. I'm not going to take the I'm anti-Aubameyang agenda. I'm pro Arsenal, and what I've seen from this club at its greatest successes this season, he hasn't been in there. Most of the best successes that we've had this season, he's not been a part of the team, and it's unfortunate. I hope he comes good, because if he comes good, that can only mean good things for Arsenal. So I hope I'm wrong there.
Well, if we were in a court of law, that would be a decent argument, and I'm too high to argue with you right now.
All right, Ryan, go, because you.
I will semi back up Glenn here. Lacazette had 2 games. That's awesome. But where has he been before that? I mean, yeah, he's our leading goal scorer. He's been doing good in pieces, but there's games where he's looked worse than Aubameyang. And we've all on several different podcasts. I can't speak for souls here, but I know Glenn's done it. I've done it. Tanner, you've done it. We'll be like, we got to sell Lacazette right now. Get him out of here. How does he get on the pitch for us?
I've never said that.
All right, I don't believe you. Anyways,
I've never said that.
Cool. So I don't believe you. So anyways, so I think that, yeah, we're on a high. We're riding the Lacazette high. Cool, awesome. Glenn's riding a different high, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Well done.
But yeah, but the thing with Lacazette, I feel I don't think he plays well as a lone striker. I mean, Slavia Prague are terrible. Sheffield are not good, and I think he needs help. I don't know if him and Balogun playing as 2 strikers. If we change our formation, go to 2 strikers. I don't know if him and Balogun will work. I don't know. Fair point to Greg. Everyone has had has been poor, but what I will say about Lacazette is I just think he's not good as a lone striker. And I just think when we get better, when we make our upgrades, him playing the role that he does is not going to offer us much, and we're going to go back to square one where we're not going to be scoring goals, and everyone's going to be blaming lack of creativity. But then it turned into, we have Odegaard, we have ESR, we have creativity, we're just not scoring, and I think that's going to come back to bite us because, like I said, when we get better, Lacazette's going to not be where he needs to be, or who knows, Arteta could just revamp what Lacazette does, and maybe Lacazette will give Rohan some peace of mind, and Lacazette will be in the box every chance he gets, and he'll be there, waiting to score. I don't know, but I think you got to pick your poison, because right now, if we want to be a top team and be challenging the Champions League, challenging the Premier League, both of them are not going to get us to where we need to be.
Okay, yes, I have said to sell Laka, but I do it from the point of view like some crazy 1980s stockbroker. I like to buy low and sell high. Are you telling me, if Laka gets super hot and you want to sell him for an amazing price? I'm on board. Because we got depth at striker. That's when I've talked about letting Laka go, when he's at his best, when we can get the most for him.
I mean, if somebody comes in with a crazy offer for Lacazette, yeah.
That's what I've been saying. Like, I do think we do need to sell him. I don't think, as a striker, he isn't good. The problem is, every attribute we kind of associate with Lacazette isn't what we need in a striker. We need him to score goals, just goals. And that's not what we're getting from Lacazette. It's very inconsistent. Now, yes, in the last 2 games or in the last 6 games, like someone said, he scored 7 in the last 6. Yeah, that's good. But over a season, he'll end up getting he's barely broken the 15 goal mark in a season. That's not good enough, especially if we want to be a top 4 or in a few years' time, challenging for the league. We need our strikers to be up there in the top goal scoring charts, with the midfielders also hitting them kind of numbers as well. And that's the problem. Lacazette isn't going to get us that. Aubameyang could have got us that, but he seems to have dropped off a little bit now. I'm hoping it's just his illnesses and personal problems, and then, let's say next season he just comes and fires back again like the Aubameyang we know. That's what I'm really hoping. But I do think someone like an Edouard's going to come in, or someone like Balogun or Martinelli's going to come in and do that job for us.
I agree with you. I agree with you up to a point, Sauls. I think this entire team has been inconsistent this season, and football is the greatest team game in the world. So yes, I do agree with you. 15 goals is not enough, but this entire team has been inconsistent. I lay the blame on everybody, not just Laka. I have more of a higher opinion of Laka than you do, and that's where we part ways.
I think it's going to really come down to the business point. It's just a matter of who needs which, because I think we all agree Lacazette and Aubameyang are two completely different strikers. So I think it might just come down to one team being like, we need a Lacazette type striker, and they may have a little more money than a team that needs an Aubameyang type striker, and they're just going to pay more. And it's like, okay, well then it's a no-brainer. I think it's solely business, because I mean we can't sell both of them, obviously. So it just, to me, it's just a money thing. I personally don't prefer one another. I mean, I think we play better with Lacazette. Aubameyang balances us, but I think Aubameyang has a higher ceiling. So it's just, for me, it's just a waiting room for Balogun. I think Balogun is our player moving forward. And if we have money, I'm all for buying Edouard and buying a striker to even further, build up Balogun. But I think that we're going to have to persist with one of them, and we're going to have to, I think, just, in my opinion, I'd rather just take the business deal and just whatever gives us more money into maybe buying another striker, or buying like a defensive midfielder, a potential right back, which I know is a question Tony asked, which, sorry to say, Tony, I will probably answer it, but you won't be here. But, I think it's just, and as a club, that's how we have to think, because we need to get better. We need upgrades in other areas. So for me, it's just we need to see who makes us the more money. Because I personally, I mean, you could probably prefer one or the other, but I think they both can help us a little bit for maybe a year or so, and they do stuff well. But we definitely need upgrades on them. So it's just what's the best way for us to get there, and whether that's money. Why? Well, no, it's going to be accruing money.
Well, so two things. Number one, again, understand the system where Mikel Arteta cut his coaching teeth at Manchester City, and look at the way that Pep play. I mean, they've played without a striker at times, and they're still far and away the best team in this league, or excuse me, in the Premier League right now. Now, granted, yes, their players are better than ours, but that's where I do believe Mikel Arteta wants to get to. I'm not saying he wants to play without the striker. What I'm telling you is I think he values goals coming from other areas instead of relying on one man. And if I told you that you had 11 people at your disposal, but you had to rely on one of them to do most of the work, you had to do that. You would be like, but wait, why do I have to take one and make him do all of the work? Why can't I spread the work out evenly amongst the, not even 11, let's say 4? Why can't I spread the work out evenly amongst the 4? Because we wouldn't be having this conversation if Bukayo Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe, Pepe, who might now be on 10 goals for the season. I'm not sure. I don't have the stats right in front of me. But if we're getting 10 to 15 from the 3 players in behind the main striker, and we're getting 15 to 20 from the striker, that's a pretty good offensive attack right there. And I'm just telling you that I don't think Arteta values the 25 goal striker the way that most fans of football do. Because I think if you go to any team, any supporter of any team and ask this question, I think you by and large get the same answer. I'm trying to look at what Arteta's system, what he wants to do. I think the goals need to be spread out more. And I had a second point, and now I completely forgot what that was. Oh, I remember what it was. The other reason I'll tell you that I probably try to sell Aubameyang this summer before Lacazette is what little value, comparatively speaking, he'll have this summer. It'll be that much less next summer. And at that point, Our only other chance to sell Aubameyang, and make any kind of meaningful money off of it will be this summer. Next summer it'll be 10 million for a 33-year-old striker who might bag you 12 goals in all comps.
You know, a while back, I looked up Arsenal on Wikipedia to find out how many fans there were across the world, and I think it said 12 million. And I guarantee you there's 12 million different opinions on how to rebuild the team and where we're at right now. For me, we showed a lot of improvement today. We had our biggest game of the year. Sorry to repeat myself. And we showed up, and we didn't let that disallowed goal affect us.
Glenn, it shouldn't matter. Sunday's our biggest game of the year.
Yes, well, next. But you see, you guys are, you guys are looking at you're looking under a microscope. And right now, I just want to take it all in. You're just like, that was a great win today. I don't got to deal with shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's fantastic win.
I took it. Listen, I said this before. I took it all in when ESR had the double meg, and the lady down three stories looking up at me naked with walking her dog was taking it all in too. But you know what? Perception is everything. So I hope she got quite the show.
All she thought to himself, Glenn, was, "Is that dude a eunuch?"
This win today, I was so happy with everything. It's a good 2 days of happy. Not even my wife is going to ruin this happy. I'm really happy.
I'm happy. I really am. It feels good. The win feels good, and a win would have felt good if it would have been 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, whatever it would have been. It still would have felt good. But this feels good. Like, okay, now granted, I know Ryan has said I don't wholeheartedly agree with you on the Slavia Prague, being the absolute worst thing in the world.
You thought
they're not far off. They're not far off.
Yeah. They were fucking terrible tonight. They were bad.
Perception's everything, guys. I hate the Europa League, but it's not the Europa League anymore. It's the Champions League playoffs to me.
It really is. Yeah,
semifinals. We're in the semifinals.
I'm tweeting that out later. This is now the champ. Yep, that's fucking brilliant, and that's exactly how this team needs to be looking at this. You're now in the Champions League playoffs. That's what you've got. You've got 3 games. Well, you've got two, and then hopefully, and then you get one.
Oh, it's gonna be a good evening, isn't it?
And then all the English fans would be like, playoffs. What's
that? Playoffs? What are you talking about? Playoffs?
I hate using American terms.
No, I mean they use playoffs.
Don't worry, Ryan. They haven't in the championship.
Yeah,
we know what they are.
Yeah.
Craig, you are absolutely right, and thank God Ryan Queener's in front of him because that's the only thing he can beat.
I mean, everyone was going on about how good the Slavia Prague team is and that we might get rolled over and stuff. So they've gone and done the business. That's all you can do.
So
it's funny how the attitude changes when Arsenal beat a team. All of a sudden, that team is shit. They're not good. It's like we beat Leicester. They're no longer good either. We beat Spurs. They're shit as well. Not like they were on a title charge a minute ago, but that's just what Arsenal does. We turn everyone into
shit. It's because, honestly, I blame our fan base because, and then we've all said this. I mean, I've said this, but like 9 times out of 10, when we lose a game, the team doesn't beat us. We beat ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's always how it is. And I guess some fans just can't compartmentalize. Like they can't figure that out. They're like, oh, we beat them. They're bad. Oh, we don't like it's obviously a problem.
Well, it's funny because what have I said? Whenever we make it, it's like whenever we do something, it's not always down to us. I'm sort of taking the opposite stance from you, Ryan. But there are times when, look, we just get beat by a better team. Period. End of discussion. But more often than not in this season, yes, we've taken out the gun, we've put 2 bullets in it, and we've promptly placed both of those bullets in each of our feet.
Ooh, I love the analogy part of the show. But in the pregame, I'm giving Ryan credit here. We were all trying to give respect to Slavia Prague, and Ryan was the fart in the elevator. He's like, nah, they're crap. So yeah, credit Ryan. You were confident, and but still, I don't care. It's a great win.
I mean, for me, the only thing is, it's business. And I've always looked at it like, do the business, handle your business, be business-like in these games. Sheffield, worst team in the league. Handle your business. Do your job. Beat them 3-0. Today, against a poor Slavia Prague team, handle your business, because a week ago we didn't. Handle your business, do your job, 4-0 victory. That's the business.
Who sang that "Taking Care of Business" song? That would fit you perfectly.
It was Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Ah, there you go. Okay. No, I had a soundtrack while you were talking there, and it was that song, and I couldn't
feel like there might always be a soundtrack playing, like in the back of someone's mind when I'm talking. Gentlemen, we got 5 minutes here. Let's quickly. We get our former boss, Unai Emery, in the next round, and we are away in the first leg. I am 90% sure of that. Not 100% sure.
Will there be fans in the stands? Because then, if not, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, because if we got it, it doesn't matter when we play down there. We just ended Slavia Prague's 33-game home unbeaten streak. So.
Yeah. Are you asking? Are we afraid of Unai Emery?
I'm going to ask. Can we go through to the final?
Yeah.
Will we go through to the final?
I think that we have become in the Europa League. Again, analogy. I am the danger. We are the danger now. All right, we're Breaking Bad. I am the danger. Teams should be afraid of playing us. Because we're pretty damn good in the Europa League.
Yeah, I will answer. Oh, God damn it! I was just gonna say I will answer with a quote from Matt D'Souza. I literally could not agree with that question more. That statement more, I should say.
I don't care. We are the danger. We are the danger.
I think still we're the better team, and I think if we again don't shoot ourselves in the foot and don't beat ourselves, we should advance. But again, we go from facing the worst team in the knockout stage to the best, that we face so far. So it's going to be definitely a test, and hopefully we can have no more other injuries coming into play, and we could kind of get a formation going, get a tactics going, kind of get like an 11 that is just the same 11, because I feel like we're constantly changing up because we're constantly changing things up because of injuries and stuff. So it's going to be tough.
No, we're Heisenberg. We are the danger.
And the one thing because I know we're like low on time. I will say, because everyone has asked that in the chat, and we haven't mentioned it. I think Chambers is the best right back that we have at this club. I still think if we can get money in the transfer window, which I think we're going to sell quite a few players, but I could be wrong. I think we still need to try to upgrade it right back if we can. Definitely not the number one concern for us going forward. But it's definitely something that we need to look at, because having a strong right back will definitely help us. But I do like Chambers, and I honestly would not even be upset if we have Chambers as our starting right back to January. We buy a right back in January.
I desperately want us to get a right back, but just so you stop talking about it. All right. I want someone next to play.
Everyone's I agree, but I'm just saying everyone's asking in the chat now.
We will need upgrades in quite a few positions. Right back is one of them. I tend to agree with Ryan, though. If Chambers can put together a run of form, I'm okay with it being sort of a right back by committee thing right now, with him being number one on the depth chart. For now, yeah. Because
I'll agree with you if you say for now.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, for now. If an opportunity comes along and we can get, I know he's high on Stan's list, so Yusuf Attal from Nice, Achraf Hakimi. There's been another name mentioned out there. What is it?
Tariq Lamptey.
Yeah, well, I just don't think Lamptey's going to go anywhere this year. I just don't think Brighton are going to sell him this year. Max Aarons could be another one. A lot of people have kind of soured on Max Aarons. I don't know yet. He fits the physical profile, I can tell you that, and the age profile. But it's one of those right back, as Stan has said, and I've said on Same Old Arsenal USA, right back right now is mowing the grass while the house is on fire. Glenn, you're absolutely right. We need a partner for party. Say that fast 3 times. In the midfield, I think that would be that is probably the priority. Could be a striker after that, and then I would start to look at the defense.
You guys would stick a kid like Lamptey right into that spot starting for us?
A lot of people are high on him. I
I think I'm my only concern with him is he all pace just like Bellerin? When one big injury and he loses his pace, how good will he actually be?
Yeah.
I've still not got an answer on that because I actually don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Gentlemen, that's it. Got to run. We are out of here. Good talk. We are through to the Europa League semifinal for the third time in 4 years. That's not
Champions League. It's a Champions League playoffs.
Champions League. Excuse me. It is the Champions League playoffs.
And we are the danger. And we are the danger.
I like it. I like it. Good footy talk. We're out of here. See you on the flip side.